like I'm just living life between mistakes, but I didn't turn great overnight, I needed pace. God said he made us alike, I see the trace, but please don't compare me to Christ, cause Jesus saves.
Who was Kwazii, my brother?
My name is Kwazii. I'm from the west side of Toronto. I'm from the west side, just outside Toronto, and I make music. It's something that comes naturally to me. It's a passion, and I feel like I can achieve my greater calling through it. So it's something that I pursue every day to the fullest extent.
Okay. Right now you in LA. This your first time in LA right now, or you're a returning visitor?
Probably third or fourth time out here.
Oh, okay. So how do you like it versus Toronto? Is it like the same, or like versus the music, the women, or whatever? Like, how do you like it?
It's different. It's similar in a lot of ways. Like some of the people's attitudes are similar, but it's a beautiful view. It's an alternative view. My city got a lot of like tall buildings and shit like that. So out here where it's flat land and then the hills and stuff, it's a beautiful view. You can see really far. The weed out here is pretty fantastic too. But I heard you be getting a lot of shit from Canada, so I don't know.
Okay, I hear that.
I don't know. The city's real. Like from a distance, like when you on a rooftop like we are now, to see the palm trees and stuff is very inspiring.
Right.
I really like that.
And so, getting into your music, man. So, who do you grow up listening to, and who's some of your music influences? What kind of made you started doing music?
A lot of niggas from the city I actually grew up in influenced me to start taking music seriously, because seeing them around like Macafreshi, Bandcamp, Astro Kid, like even Roy Woods from the West Side go up and sort of start pursuing music, and seeing even the little motion they had made me really want to like take it serious and like buy a microphone and stuff. But inspirations, like I grew up on old soul in the house a lot, so Stevie Wonder, and like also like old school hip hop. So on the same sort of scale, on a different side of the spectrum, I got Slick Rick, I got Dodge Effects, Busta Rhymes. I really like artists that Andre 3000. I like artists that really accentuate their music with swag and like finesse, and that's sort of what I try to bring to the table.
Um, are you a signed artist right now, or are you independent? Are you looking to be signed? Or what's your goals right now? What's your musical goals right now, man?
It's complicated. I'm a writer.
You a writer? Okay.
Song, yeah, I'm a writer, and
Okay.
my goals, I want to make $1 million this year.
$1 million this year? Okay, so I mean you about to blow up this year.
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's the plan. So you manifesting it right now. Okay.
100%. I manifested like 2023.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, hey, we looking forward to that, brother, for sure.
You.
And so, you said so. The main reason why you started doing music because the people like around you grew up with is the main reason why you started, right? Or who, or what kind of made you say, no, I know I can do this, and this is why I want to do this, other than the people you grew up around that was doing it.
I started making music and girls liked it, so I knew I was doing something right. Cause when I was making like the love songs and stuff, I was making love songs in my closet in my parents' crib, and you know, like post a little stuff on Snapchat, and the girls would be like, "Oh my gosh, they see me in a different light." Sort of like, "Wow, I never knew you were so deep and so whatever the fuck." And I am, and I always been that way. But it sort of was confirmation. I think that the music industry and the world women run the world. So once I figured out I could tap into that market, I definitely started pursuing it heavily.
And how long was you doing music?
Now?
Right.
Or at the time?
No, you
Like
said
in total?
in total, yeah, all together,
like
yeah.
6, going on 7 years now.
Okay, so within the 7 years you were doing music, what could you say what was the most successful route of breaking records? Is it the radio, the DJs, or the bloggers? What do you feel like is best for you?
I think it's actually being the person that you are on stage through and through, like figuring out who that is and like going out into your city, into your community, like to cater to the audience, you have to figure out who your audience is, right? So I guess my biggest strategy was just to be an observer and learn a lot of things and enter rooms and try to be fluid. And also just sort of stay business, like let people know what I'm about at every single point in turn and try to just force the narrative that like, this is my time, this is what I do. And obviously all that stuff, but also having a good team because you can't do it yourself. So combined with that.
That's very, very important for sure, for sure. So do you have a mixtape or album you about to release, or when is
Um,
it been? When is your tape about to drop? We know you got something cooking up.
yeah, I just actually announced my tape. I Was Perfect to Someone. It's called I Was Perfect to Someone.
Okay.
I announced that today, and the single is dropping this Friday. It's called Leaving. Um, and I think it's sort of an insight into. I was making music pretty consistently, and then I stopped for a period of time. But I think that's an insight into the journey, and sort of what I was doing during that time, just practicing, getting better. I heard somebody say, practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. You gotta practice something the right way. And so yeah, I started elevating my craft a little bit, reading books and sort of connecting with different artists and just really tapping in, like living in artistry. And I think that this project is gonna really be like a household sort of project for the city. I'm very proud of this body of work.
Right. Is there any features you have on the project? Any collabs we can look forward to on the project, or is
It's a
this
secret one.
it's a secret one? Ooh, is it a big artist, or is it just, or is it big
It's big.
to the world,
It's
or
big.
it's
It's
big?
big to the world.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Big to the
Okay, I
world.
feel it.
I
Okay,
don't give a fuck. Yeah,
that's
it's big.
hometown. Okay, I know that's right. And so what? Is there any other artists right now in the game that you feel like you would want to collab with that you think that would make a major hit? You like, you and this person's sound maybe coexist together. Who that artist would be from Canada or from the States, right here?
I love music so much. It's not an artist that I don't listen to that I wouldn't want to make something with. I think Thundercat. I really like artsy, like hands-on musicians. I think Thundercat is somebody I've always wanted to work with. Party Next Door is like a pioneer in R&B and trap soul to this day, which is such a crazy thing to be able to say about somebody. Um, but there's also so many like foundational artists that I don't know if you would consider like in the industry, but I still love to make something with Stevie Wonder or, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
just for the
legendary.
culture.
Come on,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. And so, what makes you different than any other artist right now that's coming up in the game that's trying to be signed? Or a lot of artists saying they're independent, successful independent. What makes you different than those artists?
Um, they say what's real is prosper, and what's real will prosper. Sorry, and I think that through and through, this is something that I've known I was gonna do a long time, and it's something that when I put my mind to it, I surprised myself. Um, I'm honestly like, one girl told me that a lot of the artists that she's seen um, grow up, or sorry, blow up in this industry, they bring something to the table that the world didn't know that they needed. Um, and I love this. I love this game. I love music so much that I think that every single thing I put out into the world, every piece of art I make is sort of a testimony to my passion. And I know, I know in my heart that I'm different. I'm just sort of waiting for everybody to catch up.
Nothing wrong with that. So,
Yeah.
I was going to ask. So, is there any? Like you said, so basically, you feel like waiting in long lines for you. Coming to your shows. You different than a lot of other artists, right? And so, how do you? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years in the music game from now?
I get asked this question.
No, I did.
No, not you haven't asked me, but I get asked this question frequently.
Oh, okay, cool.
I want to say somewhere that I wouldn't think I would ever be, like on a yacht or something, because I don't fuck with boats, but like on a yacht or maybe like climbing a mountain somewhere, doing something silly for no reason. But the basic, I guess, point or idea is that I want to be doing something that I never thought I'd be able to do, like either conquering a fear or winning an achievement, or something that like is just so far out of thought. But I definitely think I'm not gonna be living in the six no more. I think I'll be somewhere abroad. Yeah.
Right. I want to ask this question. So, how do you feel about the music business right now, as far as what's going on, as far as with a lot of the things, as far as with streaming right now is going on, artists not being paid proper royalties right now in the industry with streaming? What's your take on that? Do you feel like, Spotify just released a lot of things about they're going to be, you can't get it paid unless you make a certain amount of money. There's a lot of things that's being coming out right now within the music business. And they talk about raising royalties also for certain artists. So what's your take on streaming versus back in the days, it was CDs and units being sold?
I think that we are entering an era where, like, if you know how to use your phone, you can make money, right? And like, there's so many subgenres of music. There's so many new artists blowing up every single day, like, because you're able to now create a song with semi-studio quality on your phone. So everybody has a shot. And I think that, I guess we're trying to cut the fluff out, but I believe that if you have the hustle, you can dominate any zone that you in. So, like, this streaming thing, I don't see people at the top complaining about it, and I think it's a testimony to, it's harder. It's always gonna be a difficult journey to get up to the top, but you're supposed to figure a way out. There's a lot of guys in this industry that don't just make music. You know what I'm saying? You're never supposed to make money in one thing and just keep it there, man. So it's about, I guess, diversifying your portfolio, and learning and growing as you continue to progress. Your business is supposed to reflect that. So if streams are not making you enough money, you got to diversify. And unfortunately, like, art is no longer connected to just being able to either being talented or blessed with, a gift, or being able to get up on stage and just bring a presence and energy that people want to see. It's now being attached to like a huge industry of a bunch of strings. A lot of people got to get paid, and it's a lot of people looking to get paid. And so I just think it's important to consider that. Progress, you got to find new ways to make money, just like always.
I can agree with that. I can agree. And so have you worked with any artists so far? That's like in the States, as far as like any artists in LA or collab with anybody from LA really, or got any plans right now?
I don't think so. I think in ATL I had a session, or I was in a session with a nigga named Anti the Menace.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't think of. Oh, you about to say.
But do you kind of pay attention to a lot of the music out here in LA specifically? I wanted to ask you that question because it's a lot of things going on right now with.
I'm not gonna lie. When I came out here for the first time, I understood like how big of an ecosystem, like an independent ecosystem this place is. Like, I got into a taxi and I seen how impactful Nipsey Hussle is, R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. But like, to really see like the street art, and like the guy who was in the taxi was sort of explaining to me like the stuff he did in the community, like the dread over the community when he passed and stuff. And it's like, wow, this guy is an icon in this place where like a lot of people, like, just as a student of hip hop and rap, like I know about Nipsey Hussle, but a lot of people back like in the '6 found out about Nipsey Hussle from his passing. Crazy shit. Like, it's just, we're all in a disconnect, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I haven't necessarily worked with anybody of mention. Not to say that my brothers and sisters aren't on the come up, but yeah, I definitely plan to make more music with artists out here.
You are shooting a video. You were shooting a video today. What's the name of the song you're shooting today so we can look out for that too?
That one is called White Flag off the tape. I was perfect to someone. Please, please, please go check it out. Please save it. Go spin it if it's out already. I don't fucking know.
Why White Flag? Why the name White Flag? Can you kind of talk about that a little bit?
You ever be with a girl that's so bad, so bad, but she's also so like bad, like she's so like
Bad for you.
bad-minded, bad
right,
for you,
right, I
bad
get it.
intentions. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I've
maybe
been
like
like that,
there's
yeah.
just a disconnect. There's a fork in the road where you either gotta decide to part ways or throw white flags, and it means I guess it's a song about reluctant compromise. I got this little I guess fork in the road in my head. This little option that I think is love, either compromise or acceptance. Do you have to shed weight for your partner, or do you have to accept what the situation is, what the circumstances are, who they are, right? So it's just a little insight on that. Just a little insight on. It's a lot of, yeah.
Right, I get it. I get it. A lot of white flags. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. A lot of white flags.
Yeah.
And so for the people though that for our viewers out here in Atlanta, the Carolinas, LA, New York, can you kind of give us a little insight about Toronto? Because I know a lot of people be wanting to know, like, how is it in Toronto? What's going on out there? What artists is popping out there? What's going on? Because only thing they know about is the accent, the Canadian accent, and people try to mock. You know how that is. So yeah, that's only. So give us a little insight from a person that's actually from the six. You feel what I'm saying? I know you say it's crazy. Just kind of give us a more better little insight, man, for music-wise on the music scene. You feel me?
Toronto's jumping right now. It always is. If you think about it, Toronto has some of the leaders in the music industry. Right?
Yeah,
So
Drake, Party Next Door, Tory Lanez.
Right.
Free Tory Lanez.
Drizzy, free Tory Lanez.
Hold on. Can you talk about that though? How do people from the six view that from looking at that in the six from his situation? They're like, oh, that's fucked up, or like, what do they think?
The world, free Tory. I think everybody on the same page, free Tory.
Right. Regardless, right? Just free Tory, of course, right? Right.
Free Tory.
But hey, man.
Shout out the umbrellas. Shout out the umbrellas. Umbrellas forever.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
So what's the? Are you a part of a group? Or are you solo? You a solo artist right now?
Yeah, I'm a solo artist.
Right.
I'm with. Shout out F2F. Shout out Skip the Fame. Shout out Dynasty.
Right.
That's my peoples.
Did you tell us where the name Kwazii came from? How did you come up with the name?
No, it's a long ass story. It come from I took advanced French. I'm bilingual. Took advanced French in high school, and we read Hunchback of Notre Dame before. I guess the nigga's my age, and I heard the nigga from that is Quasimodo. New sauce, stole it, applied it, reinvented it, and after that, it was like I have this shit that I call full circle moments, that like things in my life happen, and it's like confirmation from the universe that I'm on the right path. I just kept on hearing Kwazii more and more in different like scenarios. Like Kwazii in the Ghanaian culture means Sunday born. I was born on a Sunday, so it was just things that kept on reapplying, and then there was some other shit too, but I can't even remember. But yeah.
And so if you could pick, what do you feel like is the best song you created so far, or that mean the most to you so far?
In like my whole career?
Your whole career right now.
Fuck. I got a song called, I got a song called OTR on my tape, Problem Child, which is the tape that sort of like kickstarted that got my foot in the door in the industry. It's my intro. I spent maybe 6 months perfecting that song, and it started from a voice note on my phone, and it became quite a full production. One of my proudest achievements. It relates so much emotion and conveys so much energy. When I dropped that tape, I had so many people. My Snapchat, I woke up in the morning, I had like 400 Snapchats of people bawling their eyes out. So that's like, I think that's the grand achievement of any musician, to be able to create a moment or convey an emotion in a powerful way.
That's very powerful. That is very powerful. And
Small town shit, right?
And so, how did that make you feel though? By by seeing someone that was able
Big
to,
shit popping.
right? Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, it's a wrap from here. I know I got it. I know, I'm golden now, right?
It wasn't even an immediate like moment of like I'm that nigga. It was like, I did something. Like I was right. Like this song doesn't just make me feel this way. Song is like a soulful sorrow. And a lot of people when they see me or like hear me talk, they don't be like assuming that I could do what I do vocally, I guess. But when I got something that needs to get done, like something I need to get off my chest or like off my heart, you better believe it's gonna knock. So seeing those people, like seeing those tears and like people relating, that's the biggest achievement for me, I think. But I still have been able to connect. Like that's always gonna be my highest. That's my gold standard. Is people being like, you know what? Like you've created something that like I can associate with a time or a memory or a good whatever it is. Single drop. We just announced the name of the tape today. Yeah, single dropping Friday, tape dropping sometime or another. Shout out Respect Music TV for having me. Please look out for my new tape coming out very soon entitled "That Was Perfect to Someone." Got the single dropping Friday, called "Leaving," and we taking over just now. 6 Side Worldwide. You already know what it is. Love.